Monsoon is a soldier with an all-around playstyle. He's pretty big in tanking, but he's got some offensive, defensive, and utility capabilities. It's an even spread that enables Monsoon to help in a small amount across all areas. Now, Monsoon is an amazing starter bot, a good first taste of the game if you don't have any playstyle preference from other class-based games. So he's a solid warrior to ease new commanders into the game, and he's got some pretty good, primarily short-range damage. He's armed with a minigun, axe, and a grenade launcher. The minigun and axe both deliver omni damage, which hits both health pools, while the grenade launcher is strong against health, aka spark. Additionally, his minigun has a healing S-Tech ability on it called the Repairing Rain, which deploys a big healing field around him. The field doesn't move with him, so if Monsoon moves, the rain stays where it was. Players should either use it during static combat or when pulling back behind cover. Allies can heal inside as well, so it's a good way to heal a small group. Primarily, allies should stick close to him if they can, because they can always benefit from the healing capabilities of Repairing Rain, so this S-Tech is a really good way to buff a team after a skirmish. If your spark is getting low, go behind some cover, drop down some healing rain, and let them come to you. Monsoon's axe has a frontal cone attack S-Tech called Stormfront. When activated, he locks in place and slams down his axe, sending out whirlwinds that deal damage to everyone inside the attack zone. It's very bursty, but like a little tricky to hit with. For example, if an enemy is moving around you, so there's like a lot of sideways motion, it's probably not the best time to use Stormfront. However, if they're running towards you, standing still, or trying to get away from you, then it's ideal. It's got reach, hitting targets up to 25 meters away, twice the distance of a normal axe attack. So even if enemies aren't within range of your primary, Monsoon can still hit them with a special. One of the first things I tell people is to stick together. Of course, there are times when you should split up, however, you're not going to go horribly wrong by staying together. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be the right thing to do. And of course, the Repairing Rain S-Tech, it's a good incentive for allies to stay close. The grenade launcher's S-Tech is the Deluge bomb. It's low damage, but the primary function is its immobilizing effect. It's mainly used to stop people from fleeing, so you don't use it if Monsoon is engaging in just a normal fight. If enemies are around anyway, don't bother immobilizing them, you're just gonna waste S-Tech. Instead, use the Deluge bomb when enemies try to get away. It's worth remembering that you can hit multiple warriors as well, so you can immobilize whole groups of enemies or help an ally escape. Monsoon's first piece of equipment, Primal Rage, is an ability to increase all damage done by 60%, so it's a flat damage increase. Nothing fancy about it really, and it's easy to use. Climate Controller, the second piece of equipment, gets about 8 seconds of self-healing, which is a very strong RIA. His final piece of equipment is a speed increase buff called Wind Tunnel. This ability, for instance, lets him stay on target with the axe, so he doesn't have to resort to the longer-range grenade launcher. It's because of this tactic that tuning the omni-damage electrical spec is a good call. So when it comes to tuning Monsoon, there are a lot of options. It really depends on how you play him. A lot of people rely heavily on area of effect heals and try to be all tanky Monsoon. If you want to go tanky and deal a lot of damage, I strongly recommend tuning points to repairing. Healing-based abilities scale well with resistance tuning as opposed to shield and spark tuning. If you get a bigger shield or spark pool, you need to get more healing ability to fill them up. If you tune resistance, which reduces incoming damage, the pools stay the same size, but a single point of healing achieves more. Want a tanky Monsoon? Tune repairing and resistance. If you want to go offensive, tune Monsoon's spark and shield electrical stat. While he's got a spark damage weapon, the grenade launcher, if commanders strike a hit with his axe, it delivers better damage per second, even though it's an omni weapon. One of Monsoon's disadvantages is that he's only short to medium range. The guy can't reliably dish out damage to enemies far away, so when it comes to the starter bots, I recommend having Overclock on your team, because he's got longer range and better killing power, so Monsoon's there to lock him in place and Overclock's there to finish him off. Monsoon's passive ability is that anyone who heals him gets a damage reduction buff, so that's another reason why you want to stay close to him. As a healer, you want to follow Monsoon around because if you heal him, you will take less damage, so it's kind of a trade-off. He gets the healing he wants, you get the damage reduction you want. That's why Triage and Monsoon make a good pairing, with Overclock on the side. So there you have it, Monsoon, a good all-rounder who's pretty big and tanking. Basically, a solid Transformers warrior to introduce new commanders into the game.